And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lost Podcast of Titan, a father and son journey through a sci-fi series that unite our generations, providing live commentary, post-episode discussion, and tangents, and pretending like we have a clue of what it is we're actually talking about.
Honesty, sheer honesty. You don't get
Yeah.
that in too many podcasts, I don't think.
No, sometimes it's occasionally just, we hate Charlie. That's really the whole sum of the episode. And maybe we don't want one more rendition of Kathleen.
Thank you.
Yeah. But that's okay. I think you'll enjoy this episode. We're going to be on Mud's Women. So progressive, equals among the genders, nothing misogynist or misandrist. There's no isms here. This is just Mud's Women.
Give it a chance, though. Something will come up.
He's an honest man with an honest living. This isn't the Star Trek sex trafficking episode. No, it's not.
I was going to. Well, let's go ahead and start. But I was going to bring up that point because
he's a sex trafficker.
No, he's transporting wives to needy gentlemen out in space, lonely men. I mean, it's perfectly legal. There are people. You see all these advertisements and stuff for lonely Russian women wish to meet American men.
But weren't these women drugged? We're getting ahead of ourselves, actually.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. We might want to let everyone in on the secret and start the episode.
Okay, all right. So, on the streaming service or physical device media of your choice, pull up Star Trek: The Original Series, Mud's Women. Go ahead and pause us and come back when you're ready. And welcome back. Okay, so hopefully you have it all set up. And we are at the 0 mark, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay.
Another beautiful cloudless day in space.
Like, the fact there's red giants, blue dwarfs, that sort of thing.
At least we're getting an actual vessel. In the original version of the episode, all you saw was sort of what can best be described as a glowing potato chip, almost edge on.
I think I vaguely remember that. On top of that, like, we're several episodes in, and we still have no Klingons, no Romulans, none of the classic Star Trek alien races.
The wicked flee where none pursueth.
I see.
And apparently he has no deflector screen.
He's a commander. Okay. All right.
Well, that just kills the possibility for a short episode.
And coming at the next week, ladies and gentlemen. Further adventures of Kirk going, shouldn't have burned out his engines.
That's right. We can't hold the hands of everyone in the galaxy.
Deflectors be different from shields, I imagine?
No, when I say deflectors, I usually mean deflector shields.
Beam them aboard.
Well, they have to get closer. See, the problem is that
No, they don't.
No, the ship is very far away from the Enterprise.
But they could beam down to a planet from orbit. That's, fair.
That's much. No, not as much as we're dealing with here. I wish I could have gone back and listened to how far he was, but they are much further away than from a planetary orbit. And plus, if they're moving to cover the ship with its deflectors, that kind of drains possible power from the transporter. As I'm kicking myself in the tail here, winging it completely. So here we have the Enterprise playing Atari asteroids with better resolution.
Really need Chekhov.
You don't like Mr. Farrell?
No, I do not like Mr. Farrell.
We won't be seeing too much more of him. The actor who plays him, I forget the name, he also appeared bit part in Ice Station Zebra. One of my favorite movies, Emperor of the North. Again, a bit part. And that makes a difference. Oh, we got a distress signal. Now we can do something.
Does have style.
That's a guy who knows how to dress.
Running away from us, sir?
Pardon?
And Jesus Christ, he needs to shave his... Oh my God. Whoa. The high def on the neck beard is just... That's not good. I mean, it's probably chest hair, to be honest, but still. They could have tucked that in.
Yes, but he's a roguish character. Devil may care.
The devil cares about a clean shave, goddammit. Ooh. Oh, it's actually okay. Oof.
And something materializes, which lunges at the crew.
God damn. Like if they lost one. Like there were 4 women. Yeah.
Or what if this was a repeat of The Enemy Within, where the transporter still malfunctioning? Instead of 3 women, you get 6 women, 3 of which go. Rah!
I can dig it.
Oh, now that would be all right, huh?
Well, I mean, you know.
Boink. I don't know. We're still working on getting off here, Captain.
Now, okay, all right. They've seen women before. And Nurse Chapel is, not a I mean, she's beautiful too.
Or Yeoman Rand, or
Yeoman Rand, yeah. Like, there are women on board. What the hell?
We'll find out a little bit later on. Hint, hint.
Okay.
I do have a puzzle for you.
All right, okay.
One of those 3 women...
is not a blonde?
No, one of those 3 women will be a Playboy Playmate the same year this episode was filmed.
Oh, the center one. The brunette.
Okay, why did you Pick the brunette.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Oh, damn. It's because I have a thing for brunettes, but anyway.
Well, so do I, as a matter of fact. But no, you were wrong. And not that the brunette's bad looking. She's rather nice looking.
Vulcanian?
So, yes, that was another term they were using back in the early days of series.
Shit, this is the first time they've actually said it out loud, I think.
Pretty much. But I'm still waiting for you to make a which one will be the Playboy Playmate in the same year this episode was made.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get them all in view again.
Oh, you're just eating this up, aren't you, Spock?
Oh, this is no good. Womp womp. But his true love is the Enterprise. It's the cargo. See, okay. No. Passengers, yes. Cargo, no. Stop being so creepy.
Technically, he's not running a passenger vessel. He's running a cargo vessel.
It doesn't matter. They're still passengers.
Well, I'm sure he didn't have them down in the hole just throwing them a can of little Friskies every now and then.
He could call them fucking passengers. Oh my god. I still dig the earrings. The earrings are cool. But still.
Oh my. Hold on, fella.
That doesn't seem okay. All right, he is a slaving piece of shit, but it doesn't seem like a fair trial to have it on the ship that drove them into the asteroid field.
Well, technically, no, I'm saying that Mr. Mudd drove into. He did not have to go into the asteroid field. He did not have to try and outrun the Enterprise. If he is actually a honest ship's captain, he could have just rendezvoused the Enterprise and saying, "Is there a problem, people?" But no, he cut and run and tried to evade the Enterprise by going into an asteroid field. No, I think that's all on Mudd's shoulders, not Kirk's.
It was a strange ship. He didn't know if they were friendly or not.
It's a Federation starship. Surely he knows what a Federation starship looks like.
Fair point, I guess.
Gosh, I better call an Archbishop. We just had a miracle occur.
Purple. Says panicking. We're panicking. You're a slaving piece of shit. With a fantastic mustache, but still.
Captain, we're glad you're here. This guy is a slaving piece of shit, and he kidnapped us. And ooh, save us! Put him in jail. But
yeah. Not good. Now we're So I think this is the first mention here of dilithium, which
although they're calling it lithium in this episode,
yeah, which is like it's a plot point repeated in the original series, but then just sort of dropped. Which I like that because I never really liked it when oh no we're out of dilithium.
Well, that, and I believe by the time of the Next Generation, they had found a way to
make artificial dilithium.
Synthesize dilithium. I'll have to do some research. But yeah, a lot of the original series episodes centered around the availability of dilithium.
Yeah.
So it's what I call dilithium politics as compared to petroleum politics in our century. Sure.
Yep, definitely. Especially since you're a slaving piece of shit. Sorry, I'm supposed to be indifferent. Smuggling. See, smuggling! Psychiatric treatment effectiveness disputed. How the hell can you counterfeit current in this day and age? That's just...
All right. Before we started doing this, we have had discussions before on money in Star Trek, which is sort of hand waved aside. Apparently, there is some form of currency, and apparently such currency can be counterfeited or duplicated by people whose intentions are less than pure.
Like a slaving piece of shit. Got it. Okay.
Oops, should we have said that?
Courtesy. See, okay. I would think this would be taken into consideration when setting up the colony to begin with.
There's a movie you need to watch. It's one of my favorites called Westward the Women, which might have been an inspiration for this episode. But you have come across the phrase mail order brides, haven't you?
Yeah.
That used to be much more commonplace in the days before electronic communication. And men would advertise for wives, and there would be women who would take them up on the offer.
Well, yeah, but this is the future with the Federation and Starfleet, and everything's good and hunky dory.
Well, apparently you will still have males silly enough to go out on their own to do some kind of work, and then it occurs to them, hey, I would like to have a woman around.
Oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. So maybe maybe he's not a smuggling piece of shit slaver.
Well, don't put him on a pedestal right this instant.
Right. Brick then, Jesus Christ.
Incorrect.
Like, incorrect. Oh, that's not good.
No.
Why weren't you taking them there to begin with?
Apparently, the market was much better in the Ophiuchus system. It never occurred to him to consider a mining colony.
Mustache is giving orders. You think they would have spare lithium?
Apparently, and you can take this at face value, I certainly have had to. Lithium or dilithium is in such rare quantities that they had to. Now, she knows how to enter a doctor's office, but I'll have to try that with my rheumatologist next time. But apparently, it's not common enough to where you could have backup supplies of dilithium, which, as you see, sometimes has its disadvantages.
That's not a pickup line I've ever heard before.
Yeah, that's your story, and you're sticking with it.
Yeah. My probe, yes.
Is that a medical scanner in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? Town boy.
Old mining operation run by 3 men.
Yeah. This is the universe of 2 people archaeological expeditions.
Oh god, with the salt vampire, yes. Okay. Speaking of which, salt vampire's on board, going, what the fuck? I'm trying to get some salt. And does no one lock their doors?
She probably asked some nice, young, handsome, strong security officer to unlock the captain's door. Gosh. Really? No, but getting back to the earlier question, what I suspect was that you had miners who would go out and prospect on the basis of perhaps hopefully finding something. And these three miners just happened to luck out and find a planet very rich in minerals. And so they established a claim, say, no one else need come here. The three of us will dig out the good stuff. You just visit us every so often to do medical examinations and
women, apparently.
And salt.
And salt. Because salt's very important.
That's right.
And you never will. Come on, Kirk. You're supposed to, be more in control of yourself than this.
Really? Well, that was enigmatic. Oh.
So now we've gone from slaving asshole to a pimp who drugs out their stable, so to speak. This is not much of an improvement. It's like there's a very dirty and grimy undertone now that I'm looking at it to the whole Star Trek mythos that they try and touch on with some of the newer series, but they suck. So
Roddenberry wanted to present a perfect stabilized society, but even he couldn't prevent the occasional surfacing of the bad side of people.
yeah. Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Unfortunately, we had a brief snafu with our recording software. If you could just pause the video and scroll it back to, what is this? 2607. where our young damsel is against the wall. She doesn't feel very good. Basically implying something now is amiss. We're sorry for that.
She's a miss.
Is a miss. And we will pick back up in 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Pay attention.
But as I was trying to comment on before,
Yeah.
we suffered a glitch. In spite of the fact that the Federation tries to provide an overall wealth or overall managing to live a comfortable life, no want, no hunger, no need, you're still going to have, especially in individual worlds, things happening which people would rather not have.
Yeah.
You're going to have your malcontents. People would
want to see the universe burn.
People who a life of relative ease without the Federation just rubs them the wrong way. They either want more or they want something that is lacking from the overall system that the Federation provides.
Too safe.
See the item past Mud's head?
The coat rack behind him?
Pardon?
You mean the coat rack behind him?
Yes, that was in Christopher Pike's office on a shelf. See, I've practically forgotten 2 semesters of college algebra, but I can remember details like that.
To be perfectly honest, algebra doesn't really factor much into adult life. Wolf.
Well, who really looks good first thing in the morning? Well, we'll find out if the Federation and Starfleet carries paper bags with them.
Okay, so he has this pill that can, change someone's outlook and how they're perceived by others. And he decides to use it in this fashion instead of just marketing it as, the obvious beautifying product that it could be.
Supposedly it enhances their femininity. I'm surprised you'd have to struggle to remember where you hid those things, as important as they are.
Yeah, really.
No, Harry couldn't afford, if he started selling this as a beauty enhancement, there could be all kinds of regulations, blah, blah, blah stuff to go through. This way, he kind of keeps it under the table. Once he unloads the women on the miners and he has the cash, and he's gone, and devil take the hindmost. He's not a very nice man.
I think we've already established that.
Well, I don't really think of Harry Mudd as being evil. He's just has his own skewed ethical compass. Seriously, would you swallow something that glowed and sparkled in your hand like that?
Not if it was red, but if it was blue, yes. But anyway.
Well, now in retrospect.
That's his only line in the entire episode.
Well, you guys aren't exactly prize stud bulls yourselves. You might want to keep that in mind. Oh, I think our scanners could locate some.
Seriously. We'll look in the room that says dilithium storage. It's a hint.
So Starfleet is a protection service, or runs.
So now we have, we have the pimp over here drugging out the women, and we have the Starfleet Mafia over here going, gee, I hope nothing bad happens to your space station mining
That's
colony.
Right.
I prefer the Klingons and the Romulans. They're more honest.
Well, maybe not more honest, but more outright. They say, we will kill you. We will cheat you. We will take all your planets. It's a really wild tangent here. If I was having to play in the Star Wars universe, I would be in Hutt space. The Hutt are criminals, but I would rather deal with the Hutt than with the Empire. Because with the Hutt, you know you're going to get screwed.
I'd rather be with the Empire than with the Hutts.
Yeah, and then you do one thing wrong and you get force choked.
That's only if you're, obvious. If you're in command and you're all like, I do not believe in your sorcerer's ways, Darth Vader. Yeah. He deserved it. He was stupid. If you're smart, you work remote.
Oh.
Sir.
Let's beam down a security party.
Really? We could beam up the women?
That's right. Yeah, science officer, second in command. An improvement over the way it was depicted in the original episode. I mean, you had the structures, but you didn't have all this detail that they're showing on the outside.
And now he gets to pretend he's a matchmaker.
Yeah.
Also, this doesn't look like the palatial palace Harry Mudd promised with the lithium miners.
Well, they only, have very few creature comforts. They spend all their time down in the mines digging out the lithium. Hi ho, hi ho.
Yep.
Oh,
that's no good.
While you guys are fighting, we'll just help ourselves with some lithium crystals.
And be on our way.
That's right.
Damn.
Okay, I will posit that perhaps the Enterprise's sensors wouldn't be as effective anyway. In the first place, it's low on battery power. In the second place, since that's a magnetic storm, you might not be able to locate her or the hidden lithium crystals.
Fair point.
That's a way out if they wanted to take it. But back then, the audience is just chewing on its knuckles, going, "Oh my gosh, get that beautiful and scantily clad woman out of that nasty storm."
Well, I mean, compared to the others, she's not so scantily clad.
True. I don't know what this duster stuff is they're blowing around on that set, but it can't be too nice to walk through.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's making an effort. I give him points for that.
Well, I mean, the only woman he saw in 3 years, yeah. Although to be fair, like I don't think the social dynamics of the miners are top notch either. If they're at each other's throats. Welcome back. We've had another issue. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. If you could just pause your episode and bring it back to 38 minutes even. Hopefully, we'll be able to finish the episode with no further issues. So join us there. And 3, 2, 1, go. Back on the Enterprise. I do like the kind of kaleidoscope color wheel on the warp nacelles.
Yes, that's very nice. You should have just phaser stunned the miners.
Seriously.
Tore apart the dwellings and found the crystals. Well, I give Childress points for that.
Still out there searching? Yeah.
But as I was commenting, if this is the way they're acting, and when they actually meet the women, I suspect they didn't have a lot to do with each other throughout as time wore on that planet. They're snarling and stuff, and they probably would have married anything remotely female that came to their planet.
Yeah. We were promised young and healthy too. Look at that.
Yeah. Well, I forget what background planet the planet she was on, but apparently he's the most available and best thing that she's found so far, with the exception of Kirk.
Wasn't she from the Agro planet?
I believe that was the brunette.
Ah, okay.
She was the one who was cooking. It was a farming planet. She was just cooking for her brothers and father, mending the clothes and stuff.
Domestic duties?
I don't know, but she actually looks. This is probably going to get me yelled at, but she actually looks rather charming.
No, she does. Yeah. I mean, you really can't be mad at a woman wearing your shirt. It's impossible.
That is true. When a woman wears your shirt, you're probably in like Flynn. Yeah, I do. That's why I ran out of the place before. I'd love to know what books he has on that shelf in the background.
What's the difference between male cooking and female cooking?
Most of my generation, perhaps not so much yours, and previous generation, we were raised to believe that women could outcook men. Practical. I like that. And some guys, and maybe he's one of them, will take practical over looks any day.
Yeah, fair enough. And now you have a makeshift wind chime. Ooh.
Okay, kids, let's not quarrel.
Seriously.
Oh!
Damn.
And like you're Mr. Excitement.
Okay.
Throughout Mudd's career, he will have this habit of stumbling upon little known chemicals,
Yeah.
enhancers.
Yes. The thing is, she's not ugly.
She's not ugly, and her honesty, she's really looking better all the time.
Is the subtext for women wearing makeup? That women wearing makeup are lying to men, or to whoever it is they're going after.
That could be considered a valid point. For instance, I've never personally liked women with makeup.
But it wasn't sparkly. Wait a minute.
Yes, it wasn't sparkly.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Weekend or two, yeah, why not?
Ah, gasp. We have our moral of the episode.
What if Spock was busy?
He's never too busy to take a message from the captain. So, oh, you mean I have a say in this too?
Seriously. Wait, we're not going to the previous episode where, I mean, he's the captain. I can't say no. Medicine. Wait, he's wearing a ring on his pinky? I never noticed that before.
Oh, I'd have to go back and look. I've, like yourself, I've never really noticed a ring on his finger before.
We're almost done, and the audience can indulge us once the credits roll. Yeah. Hold on.
Maybe his graduation ring from Starfleet Medical, or whatever medical school he...
That'd be the wrong finger, I think. Okay, so let me see. Smack in the middle of the heart. Let's see. Yep. Nope.
You would have to go back before. Oh, they can always go to a website that has episode stills, and they're bound and determined to show that ring. Yeah, okay, I see the ring, and yeah, that looks like it is on the wrong finger.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so that's Mud's Women. We went from, let's see, a slaving piece of shit to a pimping piece of shit. Maybe he doesn't quite qualify as a pimp at the end because the women did seem to be there of their own accord, but still.
Our 5-year mission to explore all the pieces of shit in the universe.
Pieces of shit. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to Quark in Deep Space Nine. So,
well, you can't really blame Quark. He's a Ferengi, and that is the Ferengi natural attitude.
No, we can't go along that route of because he's a Ferengi, he's a piece of shit. Like, otherwise
he would not be considered a piece of shit on Ferenginar.
Yeah, but is he on Ferenginar?
No, but why should he give up his cultural ethics?
Because he's not on Ferenginar. Like, this isn't a hard concept. It could be the cultural concept to, like, as a matter of fact, in Ferenginar, the cultural concept was to keep women naked. And do we allow that on Deep Space Nine? That's part of his culture.
Okay, we may have to do a special episode on the Ferengi someday.
We'll have plenty of opportunities if we get that far. Because if I recall correctly, they found out the Ferengi could be funny, and then ran that right into the ground. So,
well, they obviously weren't finding the Ferengi sinister like they intended it to be.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. They tried that in the Next Generation.
And also in the first full appearance of the Ferengi in the Next Generation. I think it was called The Last Outpost or something. But yeah, they wanted the Ferengi to be the villains, but actually anyone who, like myself, could have looked at the production design for the Ferengi could have said, "Oh, that's not going to sail.
Yeah.
Oh, that ship's going to sink." Anyway, there's a bit of discussion here that I wanted to do. But first, as always, how is your overall impression of the episode?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like the character of Mudd. It's very well played, very well acted. It is a complete cliche character, but it is done very well. So there was that. And I like how we're kind of getting back into the wagon train to the stars pitch that it was sold on, because this is the wifing settlers. This could probably be pulled from any number of classic TV westerns, I guess. Except, instead of they're being chased by Indians or some shit. I don't know.
I'd love to see.
I liked it. I liked the episode.
I liked it too.
I liked it better than The Naked Time.
Yes.
What else have we watched? Let's see.
Probably X, where no man is
definitely better than that. I think this is probably my second favorite episode so far, with the man trap being first.
Okay. I liked it. Nice acting all around. Kudos to Karen Steele, who played Eve, for holding her own in the episode. By the way, to go back to an original thread of conversation, she was also not the Playboy Playmate.
Oh, okay.
The fact that she was able to act was a dead giveaway.
Well, wait, you mean the one with the fake accent?
The short-haired blonde was Susan Denberg. This episode was filmed in June of 1966. In August of 1966, she was Playboy of the Month. Other than this episode, she is perhaps best known for being in the Hammer horror film of 1967, Frankenstein Created Woman. She was the woman, which really didn't require too much acting on her part back then. Playboy Playmates are not chosen for their thespian abilities.
What? What are you talking about?
Being able to act.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, besides Susan Denberg, we've had the late Dorothy Stratton, and you can go watch Galaxina for my prosecution of that. Marilyn Hanold, who another Playboy Playmate, she appeared as the evil Martian queen in Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster, which is
that classic.
Which is wretched. The only Playboy Playmate that has ever really managed to make a career out of acting would be Miss January 1960 Stella Stevens.
Okay.
You're trying to remember where you've seen Stella Stevens before.
Let's see. That's filmography.
I know.
Let's see. Da-da-da. The Poseidon Adventure. There we go.
Well, also the Nutty Professor, the Manitou,
Never seen Manitou.
various television and film appearances. Not what you would call a major dramatic actress, but at least she had the ability to carry lines and do characters and such.
She's in Alfred Hitchcock Presents because she was a blonde. All right. Okay.
Not an Arctic blonde, but a blonde nonetheless. I've always been amazed that Hitchcock never got his hooks into Marilyn Monroe. I've often wondered.
Because too expensive.
And Grace Kelly wasn't?
No, but Grace Kelly was an actress in need of a director.
Arguable, but yeah. Kudos to the writer of the episode, Stephen Candell, who created the character of Harry Mudd. And also
again and again.
Yes, he also wrote the episode I Mudd that would come later on, and the animated episode Mudd's Passion, which Mudd has filled up to his old tricks. I should also make a shout out to a gentleman by the name of Tim Vining, who a few years back produced two, in my opinion, very excellent computer animated Star Trek adventures set in the Star Trek universe, but not dealing with the Star Trek, the Enterprise crew. These were called Star Trek Aurora. You can probably look them up and watch them at your leisure if you're so inclined. I thought they were nice, but unfortunately the Star Trek lawyers, I believe it was still Paramount at that time, gave him a bad slap on the wrist for not having the rights. His second episode was A Mud in Your Eye, where the crew of the good ship Aurora fall afoul of another one of Harry's chemical enhancement schemes.
Oh, okay.
A little something extra, courtesy of this podcast.
There you go. And let's see, what else? What do we got coming up next? Let's see. Next up should be Mudd's Women. Oh, hey, what are little girls made of? Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of
Christine Chapel's story episode.
That's right, yeah. And it has that giant ass android robot. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that was the right one.
Played by the actor who played Lurch in the Addams Family.
It'd be funny if it was actually still Lurch. Doesn't quite understand why he's here. Kind of looks a little confused. It's like,
Plays the harpsichord.
They could have had Morticia Addams as the female lead. You see, this is why I can't be a producer. I'd be putting these little jokes, little nods into the series.
Oh, Lord knows, if you and I were doing this Star Trek series, it would have been a completely different series by now.
Probably, yeah. Salt vampires hinted at in every episode or so.
Oh, nice subplot.
What happened to my shaker of salt? Where is my shaker of salt? But with that, we'll leave you folks and catch you next time.
Hopefully with less problems in production.
Yeah, hopefully.